Hello, Day Slayers. Today we are going to be talking about the Kimura trap, specifically how to hit the Kimura trap from bottom position. Okay, so let's get right into this. This is a match between Keenan Cornelius and Leite from about 2013. You're going to see this is back when Keenan was just a new black belt, pretty much, and was coming onto the scene. So I'm just gonna have you guys watch this, and then we'll break it down. Three really key points that maybe you can guess a few of them. Keenan retaining guard with a nice inversion. Just watch and enjoy the flow. So you see they're pretty slick. Turn a Kimura into an armbar. I'll let you guys watch that one more time before I break it down. Nice. All right, so first thing I'm seeing, okay, is always any attack in jiu-jitsu always starts with attachment, okay? So Keenan fishing for the arm here. Okay? The situation is that Lucas here is doing an kind of an over-under pass situation where he's underhooking Keenan's left leg here. Okay? So in order to stay safe from the triangle, okay, because his other arm is presumably inside Keenan's legs. In order to stay safe in the triangle, the top person, Lucas, has to maintain active control of Keenan's bottom leg, which is presumably somewhere down here. So in order to do that, Lucas is trapping Keenan's foot between his knees, okay? But he's also using his left hand, which you can't see here, to constantly be kind of stuffing the knee, okay? And when you push down, as you can see me up here, pushing down, what it does is it flares your elbow out, okay, just naturally. It's almost impossible to push down without your elbow going wide, as opposed to being glued to your body here. Okay, so what Keenan recognizes in this passing situation is that there's daylight between Lucas's elbow. See how Lucas comes forward here? Keenan's leg's trapped here. Okay, Keenan's gonna see daylight. You can't see it, I can't see it, but I've been in this situation a million times. I guarantee there's daylight, or else the Kimura wouldn't happen here. Okay, and right there, okay, Keenan creates that attachment. Let's see if we can go back a few clicks. One. See, Lucas comes forward and he's pushing down this foot down here. Lucas's arm is pushing down right here. Keenan finds that and he fishes for the Kimura. Okay, so fishing for the arm with daylight, using daylight between the elbow and the ribs. Okay, number two, really key point, most important part of Kimuras from bottom. You have to clear the head with a high leg. Okay, so basically this is right here, boom. Once Keenan's leg gets to the left side of Lucas's head, this is pretty much almost over. Okay, because what happened is Keenan's arms are kind of like his fine motor movers. Okay, they're not. I mean, arms are just categorically not as strong as legs. Okay, so what Keenan does, he passes off from his fine motor movers to his heavy lifters. Okay, once his heavy lifters come in, there's no posturing out of this. There's no breaking free. This leg is super strong. It's leg versus arm, Lucas's arm. Okay, that's an unfair battle. We're always looking for unfair battles in jiu-jitsu. All right, so we see this attachment here. Now, lastly, is the bubble principle. Okay, so anytime you attack a submission from bottom, you're not really in control. The top person always has an advantage with gravity. They can distribute their weight. They're not bearing weight on themselves, so they have more freedom of movement. You can't be on one single path generally from bottom. You have to react. It doesn't mean you can't win, but you have to react. and have multiple options. So the option here that Keenan goes for is an inversion and swim through all the way to a regular armbar. So you're going to see here, we'll watch it, it's here. He swivels all the way through, so he almost does like a 360. Let's watch it again right here. Upon entry, okay? So right here, there's no space for Keenan to get underneath him, okay? But as Lucas he starts to posture up here, see him pushing off the mat, and he's starting to bring his head up high. Okay, Keenan is going to take advantage of that and find space to swivel underneath him. Okay, because he's just like right here is where he's on the bubble here. If Lucas were to bear down, then he'd probably stick with the Kimura and try to clear his bottom leg to get the finish there. Okay, but Lucas comes up and allows space for Keenan's head to swivel through here. Boom, right there. Because he's just on a bubble, or you can think of it like a ball, and the ball can just roll any way where there's force being applied in the opposite direction, and we get the armbar finish. All right, so our three takeaways are creating daylight for Kimura attachment, or seeing daylight for Kimura attachment. Number 2 is the high leg clearing the head. Okay, that's just passing off our fine motor attachments to our heavy lifters. Okay, always create an unfair advantage. And number 3 is the bubble principle. Okay, from bottom, we can't control the path, but we can be ready for different options from the top person. In this case, it was posture from Lucas, so Keenan was able to swivel underneath him, invert his body, and then get to the armbar. Let's watch this thing of beauty one more time. I'll give you a little bit more ahead of time. You can watch Keenan's guard retention again. Beautiful. That 2-on-1. Controlling elbow line. Very nice. All right, lastly, guys, if you're new to jiu-jitsu or if you have any holes in your game, I highly recommend you look below in the description and find my Blue Belt Roadmap. Okay, it's basically just a comprehensive checklist, super easy to get through. It breaks down all the techniques and terminology and basically anything you need to know how to do to be a competent jiu-jitsu blue belt. Obviously, it's subjective from professor to professor, and your professor is the one in charge. But this is one where you could show up to any open mat and you know these moves. You have enough of an understanding. You'll be good to walk in anywhere and be respected. It's also useful as an assessment tool. Maybe you don't know where you are, so you can really like figure out where you are, and then you'll see where you need to get to, and the checklist will keep you motivated. You can print it out. So go take a look below and check that out, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.